Yo, what's going on? It's your main man, Ritchie Rich. Welcome to Becoming Ritchie Rich. Thank you for clicking on this video. You couldn't be in a better place because in this video, what we will be doing is analyzing a penny stock and trying to figure out if we want to put our money there. All right, before we get started, thinking cap, please. There it is. Just in case you don't know, you can listen to this episode at the Rick the Dawn podcast, available everywhere. And of course, we'll be using Weerdy.com today. That is my social media site. So if you want to be heard, if you want your 15 seconds of fame, you know what you have to do. Sign up and you'll get a chance to preview my new platform in this video. But I got a new one, Unique Fabricating. That is the company that came down my screener, and seems to be a lot of talk and transactions surrounding this particular company. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to go to Weerdy.com. I'm going to turn my screen up nice and bright, and I'm going to click create a word. All right. So create a word, and I'm going to type in a little information here. And like with most stocks, we're going to go ahead and start off with a A+ rating. All right. And now I'm going to go ahead and take a quick dive in and figure out exactly what this stock offers and what it's about. Why is everybody talking about it today? All right, if you want to get in and get out of this video, let's take a look at the wave patterns. It seems as if right now it's come up, and C level seems to be 0.346. And here's the peak. The peak was 81 cents, and this took place on February 7th. So not too long ago, it happened within this year. And the big question is, would I put my money here based off of wave patterns and preliminary looks? I'm going to go with, because I'm looking here and I'm seeing that this is not unique for the stock to jump up to about 35 cents. This seems to happen quite a bit and then it drops. So yes, I will put my money here. I think the bigger question is, where would I put my money? Okay, it looks like it spikes up to 35 cents right before it drops back down. And if you're asking me, I think I'm going to wait till this thing drops down to 21, 22, even 25 cents at the max to get in. That's based off preliminary looks. It seems like it likes to, come down to about 21 cents, spike up, come back down to about 20 cents, spike up, come back down to about 20 cents, spike up, come back down to about 20 cents, spike up. So I'm noticing a pattern, and that pattern tells me the entry point would be about 20 cents, and you can expect to sell off at about 30 cents. That's a nice 10 cent, window right there for you to make your money. So yes, I would absolutely get into the stock, but I would wait till it hits somewhere in the neighborhood of 19 to 23 cents and then go for the ride from 30 to 35 cents with the hope or expectation that at some point it could go even higher, up to 75, 80 cents. So that's my answer on preliminary looks. This seems to be a very, very competent stock that has very predictable rhythms that we can exploit. So if that is enough for you, have a good day. But Mafia family, we go a lot deeper than that. So let's do it. All right, first off, we're looking at volume, 150 million transactions. That's like supernova. That's like an insane. That's an insane value, to put it lightly. All right, that's just insane. Their market cap is incredibly low. I did not expect to see such a low market cap. So despite the volume, it looks like they haven't really made a lot of money. They're not a big company, and maybe we're at the starting point of what this company will become, and that's even more exciting, right? And then as far as the revenue, 104 million, that's very respectable revenue. But that's really investor money for the most part. And I'm hoping that revenue translates to a higher market cap. So we will see how that translates. And you can even look over here in this little really cool window. They're right now on a strong buy. And I'm going to tell you, I kind of agree. I like what I'm seeing from a preliminary basis. Right now, trading at about 30 cents. We know that this thing is probably going to drop down. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm going to play this. I'm going to get into this company. I can feel it right now. What I might do is, jump in with about 2,000 shares where it is right now. Not worry about whether it goes up or down. Jump in with about 2,000 shares and just kind of stay there. If it drops down to 21 cents, I'm going to average. I'm going to average down and have no problem with that. Whatever. I'll buy back in when it hits 21 cents with another 5,000 shares. And I'll probably sit comfortably at about 25 cents as my average price. And then from there, it's a win-win. I don't see this thing dropping below 19 cents for any, serious reason. I just don't see it at this point. But we're going to take a closer look and figure out if we can find out a little bit more about it. Again, thank you for clicking on this video. Don't forget to like the video, all that cool stuff. Now I'm going to figure out exactly what this company does and what they offer. All right, Unique Fabricating engineers and manufactures components for they engineer and manufacture components for customers in the transportation, appliance, medical, and consumer markets. So it looks like they create things for various markets. They create it from nothing. And I love that just in concept. The company's solutions consist of multi-material foam, rubber, and plastic components. So they just create stuff for transportation, appliance, medical. Awesome. So I like the fact that they're very diversified in who they serve. And they use a myriad of different materials to serve these various communities. They use foam, rubber, plastic. Love it. Okay, and are utilized in noise, vibration, and harness management, acoustical management, water and air sealing, etc., etc. All right, so we get some information about what this company does. That's why they call Unique Fabricating. They fabricate things for people. That's really an art term. You know, it just means to create, to make out of said material. Okay, like I love it, actually. I love fabrication, and I'm so happy that on my channel I get a chance to review a stock that's based in the arts. It's not directly art, but you know, everything is art to some degree. If it encompasses design, then in some ways it's art. Okay, Unique Fabricating reported earnings results of the third quarter. All right, the company reported sales was 34.5 million compared to 29.91 million a year ago, so they made some money. All right, net loss was 10.55 million compared to 1.86 million a year ago. So they lost a lot of money as well. So you got to kind of take everything with a grain of salt. Again, I think this is a fairly new company. They're still trying to find its way. But I think today might be the day it happens. Look, 150 million transactions in terms of volume. That is not a small number. And that is not something I'm going to just wink at and just kind of keep it pushing. I'm strongly considering what my moves are going to be with this company. I've already told you what I think I'm going to do, but let's keep looking to see if that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, the return on investment is 0.75. Anytime you see a positive number in the return on investment area section for a penny stock, you know you're in a good place. Most penny stocks have a negative return on investment. So I think with that being said, let's go ahead and start making some adjustments. I'm going to go A++. It's very rare that I do that for a company, especially on this channel, because we only focus on penny stocks, which are believed to be stocks that are in turmoil, that are not doing so well. But man, this stock has a lot of potential, and I can't wait to see what happens. I've been wrong a lot on this on this channel, so let me go ahead and put my disclaimer out there. I'm not your financial advisor. My homie, I don't know his name yet. He did reach out to me about 2 times, said he made some money off of one of my videos. It went from 4 to 13. If you are watching this video, because you've been on me, you're like, yo, make some stock market videos. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. Leave some in the comment section real quick. But anyway, here we go. The PE ratio for this company is 19.63, or I'm sorry, the industry itself. And you know my number is 25, and it's not far from my number. The company itself is in the negatives, but that's to be expected to some degree. I like the fact that they're in an industry that's doing well. So for me, I'm just getting more and more happy as I look at the stock. And I'm watching the pre-market price, and I'm like, yo, should I stop making this video and jump in right now? But quite frankly, it's too early for all that. It's only like 7:52 in my universe on Monday, July 31st. So I got some time. That's why I'm up early working, so I can see. I wanted to figure out what this company's going to do. Oh my gosh. Okay, and you know I've been looking for a penny stock that offers dividends in any capacity. And it looks like in the past, they did offer a dividend. Okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. Now, they don't currently offer a dividend. That's what I'm still looking for to this day. But at least I saw that in some point in their time span, they offered one. And let me see, it looks like they offered a dividend of 5 cents quarterly. So that was about 20 cents per year. Not a lot, but it's a penny stock that's offering a freaking dividend. Man, this company is going places, man. This company is going places. I like this company on a personal level. All right, and you know what? I have a really big thing about jumping into a stock that shows something like this. You know, they're up 60%, and then all of a sudden people want to jump in, and all the people that's been there, they're going to sell off, and the stock price is going to probably drop down to about 26 cents, and you're going to be holding a huge bag. So I've already told you what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to get in about 2,000 shares because I can stomach that. even if it drops down catastrophically. All right, I'm gonna get in right now because I don't want to be the one on the sideline saying I missed everything, okay? If I get in at 35 cents and it drops down to 26 cents, I'll hold the bag and just average down. Not a big deal to me. However, if I don't get in at all and it jumps up to 50 cents, I'm gonna feel like the biggest idiot, the biggest loser. So I would rather play my hand as to say, I'm gonna get in and just see where things go, and then I'll make adjustments as we go. I'm almost certain, almost very certain this stock is gonna drop. Very much so. We saw it ourselves with the spike patterns. I mean, this thing goes up and goes down, and I like that too. But my initial investment will not be a huge and hefty investment. I'm not going to jump in at 10,000 shares right now off of this crazy high that it's having. But I love what they do, man. I really love the fact that they service these different areas and they create things from basically nothing. I mean, foam. If I gave you a piece of foam right now, would you be able to make anything besides a mess? Right. So this is what these people do, and they, that's a very unique field. And when you're talking about niche companies that service niche spaces, basically you need this company, right? They're not another Uber, another this, another that, another Netflix. No, they're in a unique space, and it's hard to replicate what they do. And in my opinion, that's what makes them unique, right? All right, so taking a look here, I wanted to look at earnings. Right now, no earnings information. And what that tells me is that we're still early in what this company is achieving, okay? In terms of making money and doing things that will ultimately change the landscape, we're still very, very early in that process. So technically, this is a good time to get in before anything catastrophically amazing happens, right? I had some money to set aside for this exact kind of stock. And look at this. From a technical analysis standpoint, it is a strong buy on hourly trading. I'm a little surprised by that because I'm like, if the stock is up 60%, how much money can you really make in an hour? I feel like you're going to lose money, if nothing else, because, like I said, people are going to jump in. Now, if it could go from 60 to 80, just because there's so much volume, so much wind blowing those waves. And, when that wind and those waves combine, man, you know what happens, right? You can see the waves from here. They just, there's so much possibility. Now, looking at daily, still a strong buy. Weekly, strong, buy and neutral. Monthly, strong sales. So they're saying, the technical indicators say, you're in a good space as long as you don't hold for too long. I'm going to do something this is the first time ever I've given a stock a plus. And that's how impressed I am with this company. I mean, you're talking about a stock that's doing this well and it only costs 35 cents to enter. What are we talking about right now? You just got to think this thing is going to hit $1 at some point. I mean, and this is what makes stock market trading so difficult to read and why people don't become millionaires off of stocks, because you just never really know. I mean, you can kind of make a hunch, but you never know for sure. All right. So anyway, next we're going to take a look at the the historical data. I don't know why I got prehistoric in my brain. I was anyway, I'll leave it to somebody else. I'll talk about it later. But the bigger point is right now the highest 51 cents, and I'm very curious as to when that it happened Friday. Oh, okay. All right. So in that case, so see, this is what I was worried about. Look, it reached 51 cents on Friday of last week. So let's say you jump in at 51 cents because this thing is just going crazy. Well, you're going to be surprised because at some point it's going to come crashing down. And that's what I was trying to explain to everybody. It opened at 38 cents, which is higher than where it's trading at right now. So if you got in when it was just going crazy, 60% in the air, 51%, you're definitely upset today. And you're scared because you got in at a very, very high price. And I would have told that person, slow down. You don't want to get in on a 60% spike. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be that person. Wait to see how things average out. And then look at this. You got 150 million transactions. Today, oh my God. Well, I don't think this volume has been updated. So I can't wait to see when it opens at market. When the market opens at 9 a.m., that's when I want to be. I'm going to be glued to the freaking computer despite this video being over because I want to get in now. And I really apologize to you for not getting this to you a little sooner, because by the time you get this video, it might be a whole different scenario. I don't know what's going to happen. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to get in. Especially when where's the low? The low is 17 cents. Ooh, when did that low? That's a really low compared to where it is right now. And it's crazy because This low happened last week. This is a very unique situation, y'all. And it takes, I would argue it takes a really skilled trader to make some money here. I don't know if I'm that guy, but I'm going to try to make some money here. You got to try. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And I think I'm going to take a shot here, guys, ladies. Now, they've been on a crazy incline, and I hate to jump in when I see 3 green days in a row because you just know that red day is coming. For example, look here. Green day, neutral day, green day, green day. It's 3 green days in a row. And of course, here's that red day. It's going to kind of, pull back a little bit. But whoever got in here made a lot of money because even on the pullback, it did go back up in the next day. So I think the pullback is inevitable, but I'm not sure I want to wait and figure out when that happens. You know what I mean? This is a very, very exciting stock. Let's keep it moving, though. I want to now take a look at, let me get rid of this ad. I don't need my computer running too hot. Goodness gracious. So much stuff going on here. All right, Unique Fabricating. Here's their website. This is a new concept I've added to my series to figure out what they look like, what they do. I always say a company that has good representation is on the right track. And they look very, very, very much so on the right track. Here's that fabricating process. I saw something that really got me excited. These are, oh no, go back. I want to see, these are the companies that they work with, BMW. Yo, I'm getting in. Let me add another one, bro. I'm getting into this company. It's not even a question because even if they drop and they just come completely bomb, and let me just get something out the way because I think now that this series is doing better than I've expected, people look to me and say, Rick, I'm going to do whatever you think is the right thing. And I can't tell you how bad of a strategy that is because look, I got a lot of red in my portfolio right now. Let me just be transparent with you. I got some green, more red. You understand what I'm saying? This is the stock market. No one can figure this out. It's like an anomaly. But I'll tell you this company looks like they're on the right track. And I haven't been so sure about that in any of the penny stocks I've looked at in this series. Hence why this company has a score. And you know what's funny? The last company that had an A++, they completely bottomed out after the video. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. You just don't know, and you just gotta, be willing to take a loss for a potential gain. All right, I like this website. I don't think it's much more I need to do. All right, 0 stock splits. Man, should I add another plus? Oh, I'm just gushing. Oh my God. This company is just bodacious, man. All right, now keeping a look in here. Looks like there is no stock splits to be spoken of. I mean, I'm just gushing over this company at this point, man. It's just so much good here. Okay, but keeping it moving, let's keep looking, y'all. All right, let's look at some news. Let's see if we can find out why this stock is just skyrocketing like it is. Okay, Unique Fabricating comments on trading activity. I don't want to make this into a reading video where I'm reading articles and stuff like that, because that's something I can do offline, but I kind of got to read this. Okay, hold on. All right, so let me see here. A leader in engineering and manufacturing multi-material foam rubber. Get to the meat and potatoes. The company has no news to announce at this time. All right, that's confusing. All right, safe harbor, except for historical information. All right, I'm going to just read it on my own time because I was expecting like something very simple and accessible. All right, announces accommodation agreement, a new forbearance agreement to support restructuring or sale. What do they mean by that? New forbearance agreement to support restructuring or sale. What do they mean by that? So here's where we get taken back down to reality, where the stock was and how things were before this spike, because that's where you can find the answers. What was the company doing before this spike? Yes, this whoever got in at 17 cents is extremely happy right now. They got a lot of money in their pocket, but that's not us. So we got to make sure we figure out where things were before this huge historical spike so that we don't get left with the bag and holding the bag. Because, this could just be a momentary thing and this thing drops down to 18 cents. You bought it at 40 cents and now who's the Dumbo, right? Okay, reported that it has entered into an accommodation agreement with 3 of its principal customers and its lenders and a forbearance agreement with the lending group. The customers agreed to provide certain financial and other accommodations to Unique Fabricating and the lending group to support ongoing operations and a sale or restructuring process by the company. The accommodation agreement will continue through October. I like how far that is, so I can get in now, in July, and I can, ride the wave of support. All right, I'm going to stop reading articles and do that on my own time, but you got to do it. Look at this, man. 75% jump. 60. These are insane numbers, and it only makes me upset because I wasn't a part of it. You know what I mean? Like, getting in right now at 34 cents is a far cry from getting in at 20 cents, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's such a big difference that it gives me a little bit of pause, which is why when I do jump in, I'm not jumping in with both feet. I'm gonna jump in with 1 foot just to kind of be on the rafter, and hopefully that rafter turns into a huge ship, not the Titanic, of course. All right, we're gonna now look at the short percentage float. Only about 1.5% of investors are banking on this thing to drop, and I can't blame them. Like, who's gonna put money on this stock right now dropping? I'm not. All right, this company is doing a heck of a job, man. Now let's take a look at ratings, and I typically use this website to tell me more about the strengths and weaknesses of a company. For the last 12 months, analysts have regularly downgraded. I don't know if this is, updated. Sometimes these narrative-based things don't update for weeks at a time. I'm not sure that they've taken into account what's happening right now. So this is not the best resource as of this moment. I'm going to refresh it just to make sure, do my due diligence. Yeah, it hasn't updated. It's not even showing strengths. So I'm going to go ahead and bypass this for right now. And actually, I'm going to go here to my other narrative-based site, which also probably has not updated, but let's still look at it. Okay, highly volatile. You think going from 17 to 51 to 30, very volatile. Earnings have declined by 55%. We saw with our own eyes the revenue is just not sexy. No, actually, no, the revenue is sexy, 105 million, but the market cap is not. Does not have a meaningful market cap. I mean, what was the market cap when we looked? I forget. The market cap was low, man. It was, what was it, 4 million? Not good. All right, latest financial report are more than 6 months old. So this resource is telling us that they haven't updated their financial reports, and I got to do more research and double up on my resources to, affirm that to be true. But that's not good if it is. All right, great opportunity here to take maybe 2 pluses off. Let me tell you why, because the financials are a little shady. Their market cap is significantly low. We saw that already. And we saw with this particular screener, there's no strengths. And I don't think they've updated because this incredible splash off happened as of Friday of last week. It's just 2 or 3 days ago. So this right here is showing you where it was prior to those big moves. And we saw also that even as far as the low is concerned, the low, that was like on the 25th. I don't know what July 25th was. I want to say it was like last Monday or Tuesday. So this thing was trading at a crazy low price just last week. So right now we're in a bubble, and you can't get too crazy in a bubble because it can pop and you can be right back down here. But I'll tell you one thing, I like bubbles. Okay, let me tell you that. All right. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the investors that are already in the company, and let's see their joy and happiness. Because let me tell you, you probably won't find anybody upset right now with this company, unless you're that person who got in at 51 cents, of course. But anyway, you can follow me on Stock Twitch if you want to kind of get notifications about these videos. Definitely subscribe on YouTube. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. All right, but I am the Ray Charles. I saw it coming. Anyway, sorry, I do that every time. I feel like I gotta do that every time. All right, here we go. Let's look and see what people are saying over here. These are the investors that are currently in the company, the smart people that are not us because we didn't know this was happening. All right, here we go. Going up till market opens to $1 in August. That's a bold prediction. I like that. Beautiful RR. What's up? If you're watching this, beautiful RR, what's going on? Okay, $1. Everybody's saying $1. Look. That's very, very hypothetical. That's very, very wishful thinking. And you can't put your chips on wishful thinking. You got to do your research, obviously, right? All right. As I said, sorry, y'all. That is a doornail and not coming back to life either. This is oh my God. Listen, this person believes that this is all hype, that this is just all BS and jive. Now what I wish this person would do, instead of mocking the stock, tell us why you feel that way, because that's where the meat and potatoes is. I know he doesn't know that we're watching his comments, but you got to know that people are watching your comments. Like right now, people are watching my video. Like, you got to know that. And when you're coming like that with a strong opinion, left or right, you got to base it with some, you got to support it with some evidence. So I hope this person sees this and throws us some evidence as to why under the YouTube video, not on Stock Twitch. Of course, this is going down today. Why? Because I bought it Friday. Oh yeah. So this is my point. This is the person I was talking about. What's up, not cool if you're watching, but this is the person I was talking about. Got in when the spike was happening, and they, immediately thought this thing was going to keep going up. That's not a good move, because you just got to know this is the stock market. This is the penny sector. So I had to learn some lessons the hard way. In the penny sector, you never jump in when the wave is this high. Never. You just can't do it. It's a bad move. And you really, theoretically speaking, kind of want to jump in when things go red. Like me jumping in today might still be a bad idea at 34 cents. I mean, let's be real. This thing was just 17 cents last week. So the hype, like all hype, dies down. And most likely the best jumping in spot, like I said in my preliminary looks, was about 20 cents. Get in at 22, 23 cents, and then ride whatever this thing does. Getting it at 34 cents is a bad move. I know that. But guess what? I'm still going to do it because I have, an idea. I got a plan. Once this thing drops down to 20 cents, I'll average down, and my entry price will probably be about 27, 28 cents, and I'm comfortable there. I'll figure it out from there. But when I jump in initially, I'm going to come in with a very respectable 1,000 to 2,000 shares. I probably won't go over that. All right. I've seen enough because I think I already know what the sentiment is in stock switch. Let's do some number crunching. We're going to say, I jump in at 35 cents. Let's say for craps and giggles that this thing jumps up and does something immaculate and amazing and goes up to $1 like some investors are suggesting. Let me get some of this stuff out the way. Goodness gracious. All right, let's say that happens. It will cost me $700 to get in. That's pretty steep. I can buy a lot of things for $700, so I would hope it will go up. But if you got in at $700 and sold off at $1, you would make about $1,300. Not a bad day at the office, not at all. I'm really struggling with this, man. If you can't tell, because something's telling me just to hold off for just a minute. Let this thing cycle through this huge momentum gain. We saw that it's dropped significantly. In fact, what's scarier? I'll tell you what's scary. I'm going to drop off another 2 pluses here because now it's coming back to reality for me. This is what I'm really concerned about. The fact that today, as of this moment, it's at 34 cents. It's down 17%. Yikes, that's a huge drop from Friday. Right now, if you bought this thing on Friday, you're holding a nice luxury bag. And this is the point I was trying to explain. What really concerns me is the fact that it opened at 38 cents on Friday. Right now, it's below the open on Friday, which means everybody who came into this company on Friday is in the red. Not good. Now, here's where things could probably look up for you and I. We are looking on or from the outside, so we can make a more educated decision. And that educated decision just might be holding off. And I know that sounds crazy after everything I've said so far, but this is about where the company really should be. Right now, it could be potentially overvalued. Okay, I think the real spot, the great spot is 20 cents, man. 20 to 25 cents is the great entry spot here. If you want to make money, 20 to 25 cents is where you want to get in. If you want to be a part of the fun, get in anywhere. I want to be a part of the fun and I want to make money. So I want to get in right now because I don't know where this stock is going to go. I think I have a hunch it's going to go back down. We saw that way earlier in the process, right? We saw that, and I don't want to backtrack too much, but I do think it's something we need to do, okay? Just for the sake of argument, all right? But yeah, if I were to get in at 25 cents and sell at $1, here's what you would stand to make. $500 entry is a much more respectable entry. You still make about $1,500. Nothing too insane, nothing too crazy. But this is where we are right now. Basically, if you track that from the past, you're about right here. And you know what happened after that? It dropped to right here at 0.2258 cents. That's my point. This stock does this. You got to look at the past. It jumps, drops, jumps, drops, jumps, drops. Right now it's jumping. Can you guess what's going to happen next? This is like those pattern questions you got in first grade. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly what I'm talking about. So my thing is, it drops quite often. And right now I'm starting to come to the realization that it's probably going to drop. And, it's still a good company for all the reasons I pointed out earlier, but it's going to drop. Get in at about 25 cents if you're smart. But if you're me, get in now with a partial investment with the full intention to jump in once this thing goes down and you average down and make your money in the long term. All right. But I'm so excited about this company still overall. And don't forget, I really would appreciate if you created a Weerdy account because of my company. I'm trying to figure out the nuances. And I'm excited about what this thing is going to offer people to do, the ability to do. So I'm going to go ahead and create my word, and it will be on the front page for 15 seconds so that you can check it out. Your word, what you're thinking, what you want to say can be on the same spot for 15 seconds, man. It's my new invention. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you check it out. But nevertheless, man, what did you think about this one? Let me know in the comment section. I've been getting so much love for this series, and I don't know his name because his name is hard to read. But I want to just let you know, man, I heard what you said. And I really appreciate the encouragement because a lot of people just click on me and leave, but you took the time to leave a comment and man and left one that's very encouraging. So I want to say thank you so much, and that niceness and pleasant, energy is appreciated. But if you're watching this video from anywhere outside the USA, always let me know because I'm always just kind of laughing at how far these videos go. But thank you for kicking it with your main man, Ricky Don, for just a moment. If you like anything you like the video, man. Subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. I try to drop these every Monday. I won't stick with that. I can't promise I'll stick with that. But that's been the regular routine, about once a week. Because, these things take a lot of work to put out. But with that being said, thank you for checking me out. I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe. Make a smart move. Let me know what your plan is with this UFAB company, Unique Fabricating. What is your plan? I told you mine. Tell me yours. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.